just... All right. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, fellow YouTubers and BioTubers, Lego community and Bionicle community alike? It's good to see we have 22 concurrent viewers here. Right now I have Geo on with me. As you can see, some of these windows are empty right now because Geo will not be using video, but no problem. He'll be here. You can hear him loud and clear. And I'm going to be pulling up a window on my, I guess on the right of screen to be showing you guys this newest article that came out on BrickLink. Now, what's been going on, as you guys know, there's this BrickLink AFOL project that they've been doing with Lego Ideas to kind of essentially extend a hand out to creators who are being allowed now, at least, to get a second chance on pretty much their creations, their ideas coming to life. If you guys have seen, I did an interview with Sakota about a month ago or so, and it's essentially, what's really interesting about this is it's kind of, in my opinion, a way to celebrate Bionicle's 20th anniversary without necessarily releasing a legitimate, like, full-on Lego catalog set, and yet giving the fans the ability to purchase it. This is going to be, at first, totally crowdfunded. It's going to be totally new, totally something that we haven't really seen done before. We have a bunch of people in the chat. That's awesome. Wait for a couple more people to get here. 22 concurrent viewers. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. We have a bunch of people. Let's see. All Out Brick is here. Awesome, awesome. So let me share this window. If you guys see in the description of this video on the BrickLink community news, is where they dropped this, and it's kind of interesting. It dropped in like late last night, and actually Duck Bricks, former fellow YouTuber, was able to kind of, like, I guess you could say, be like one of the first to like get on the scoop and like put a video out there about it. And he went over this article. Let me see if I can add the source here and pull it up. Yeah, add new source, window capture. All right, so BrickLink news. Awesome. So let's put it up on my right hand side and get into it. Cool. So as you guys can see here,
smack that like button. Let the algorithm know that you value this channel.
yes,
it really helps us out. Thanks a lot.
Definitely.
Help that like button.
We got Gio here as well, and Guinness Walker. So yeah, if you can see, I'll get into this article here. Let me read it. All right. So this is basically what they're doing right now is they are extending the BrickLink designer program. Now this is due to a lot of the things going on in the world right now. Things have slowed down in certain aspects, and so they figured they were going to give the creators and all of us fans a little more time to basically put all this together. Let me read it for you guys here. So, dear BrickLink members, based on all your recent feedback to the structure of the BrickLink Designer Program, they're essentially saying that they've postponed crowdfunding for a bit. If you scroll down, basically, this was the old structure. As we all knew, it was supposed to be June 1st was going to be the beginning of crowdfunding for pretty much all of these projects. But now, instead, and I think this is a telltale sign that there's been an overwhelming amount of support, not just from the fans, but from BrickLink and Lego for Sakota's Legend of Bionicle set, is that if you scroll down, they're basically doing this new structure where 3 crowdfunding rounds are going to happen, guys. So essentially what that means is that now on July 1st, they're going to start crowdfunding for just 8 projects. And of those 8 projects, of the like 30 some that they had, Sakota's The Legend of Bionicle is one of them. And so idea here being that I think they've looked at some of the top contenders and they want to get those crowdfundings done early, because, you know, they have to go into production, they have to be able to get enough money to still do it. But the way I see it, this is only a good sign that things are definitely speeding up in some regards as far as their new structure to crowdfunding. So that gives us June 1st essentially is not the date anymore, but it gives us more time to spread the word and also kind of like build hype up to this crowdfunding program. So I feel like some people in the chat were saying, yeah, I've heard about this, but some of you guys were not totally aware. Yeah, here, like, well, the projects I can crowdfund remain the same. They're currently working hard to make sure the projects can reach crowdfunding. So if you guys remember about a month ago, Sakota's project was already in the building phase. This was like essentially the building phase is when they just do test builds to make sure that it, you know, it works, it functions, it doesn't have any issues on the production side of things. And let me get into here. Sakota was writing in a little earlier, and he was like, make sure your viewers know it's not like legit confirmed, because we still do have crowdfunding. But like I said, I think it being 8 selected first crowdfunding round projects is in a way, I think, a telltale sign that on the inside, a lot of people just really love the look of this set, this project. Duckprick said it well last night, and it's something I've been saying for a while, that if Bionicle were to be brought back in Lego's eyes, doing it in some sort of Lego system is probably like the way to go. And of course with BrickLink, it's just a lot smoother with this BrickLink designer program to, you know, have it done in systems. So 100%, that's like, in my opinion, definitely why it was selected. You know, they weren't going to select Technic, unfortunately. They weren't going to select, definitely not any like sort of construction set. So this is like, in my opinion, kind of best of both worlds as far as kind of what we've been talking about for the last couple months. Yeah, let me see. Gia, if you want to go first, do you have anything to say on this topic? Did you hear this news before
I was actually watching Duckbrick's video before doing this, so I wouldn't be completely in the dark. But
right.
Yeah, I would say like it's not totally confirmed, so I'm still staying skeptical about it.
Right.
But like if it is like 100% confirmed and it's totally happening, like I would probably pre-order that if I definitely had the chance to. And I probably will pre-order it, despite me not having the space to put it anywhere right now.
Right, that's what a lot of people were saying.
Regardless, I know that that thing will be sold out like fast, like within the hour fast, if it actually comes into fruition. So like what would happen to like all the prints and stuff that he had going on in the original? Because I know Sakota changed the minifigure Motoro to a brick built one, which I totally am fine with. It's just it's a little bit lacking in my opinion, because I really like that Iron Man helmet with the Motoro mask and the Ignico.
Right. No, I did too. Totally.
And like that little dish piece on the top with the 3 virtues. I think the only one he kept that was out of all of that would be the the Matoran language stuff on the bottom where the base is.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if Lego actually spent the money on making printed parts for that, or I highly doubt that it would happen. At most, we would get a sticker sheet.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't happen, we always have the access to a sticker maker at home, and then we can make the sticker sheets ourselves.
Yeah. That'd be actually interesting to see. I always said that would be a possibility. That, you know, if he would basically put out a sticker sheet download, and that's something that people can do on their own as well.
That would be the most practical outcome of that.
Right. Right. No, yeah, exactly. You would think like that kind of 100%, I think is practically speaking, maybe like the best route for fans who want to do that, to like go about it, you know? And I think a lot of people in the chat are saying, yeah, no, I would totally pre-order these. How many can I pre-order? I don't know if there's a limit, you know, obviously, because
I think there should be a limit. 'Cause,
yeah.
like with all the judging from the, I've been speaking from the experience of like not being able to find or buy a new graphics card. I would say I would limit them to at least one per person.
Right. No, right. You would think I that makes sense to me. Totally, 100%. You would think that maybe like, I don't know. You would think that maybe while they would have a limit on per person, that they probably also have a limit just on the general amount that they can do anyways. Like, you know, I don't know. Those are the numbers that we don't really totally know about. Let me get to the chat real quick. We have a bunch of people. Actually, you know what, Guinness, go ahead. If you have anything to say just on the topic at first, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm in favor, like, you know, it all sounds good to me. I would say, me personally, it's a stretch to say Bionicle 2021. I mean, it's more like Bionicle is being honored, you know, but we're not getting a Bionicle set. But at the same time, I don't think we need one, and I don't really want new Bionicle sets, because I think doing stuff like BrickLink is the future anyway. So I'm fine with that, and quite personally, I think it's probably a good decision.
Right? Totally, 100%. So let me go ahead and turn to live chat. We have Shonen Bag, Matorax Toa of Force we've got here. Definitely awesome. Mr. Abex, a lot of new people. Super Sum Creations, DJ Alster, Spo Senju's here. Awesome. Rose Jenna, Postnam Agnam, DXL the Poet, Kyler Nuva's tuning in. Awesome. Awesome, guys. All Out Brick is here. Hell yeah. Constorm. The Man in Black. Awesome. Chronesia is here. Cool. Alejo Cordoba, greetings from Argentina. How's it going? Bionicle Forever. Awesome. We got a lot of people. Enchilada. Cool. Mr. Maisi. A lot of new people. This is awesome. So let me go ahead and get to what people are writing in about. From France, Mr. Abex. Wow, that's awesome, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Super Sum Creations pre-order in July. I'll be in Maryland, so maybe. How many people do you think will pre-order all the sets? How many people do you think? I think they said it was 3,000 or 5,000. No, it's 3,000. They need 3,000 orders, like confirmed people that are willing to pay, which is a lot. I think we'll get that, you know, when you look at like the people that voted for Bionicle, but it's different when you're just putting in a vote versus putting down money, you know? Like,
True.
I don't think this set's going to be any less than $200. That's just the facts. Not only because if it had been a legitimate Lego set, maybe I could see this being $150 or something, or $120. But because these are specific parts and it's kind of not exactly, it's done through BrickLink. And anything you get through BrickLink custom made is going to be more expensive. You're paying a little more per piece. Some are harder to get than others. I'm just, the one thing I'm interested in is how they're piecing this out. Is like, this isn't a question for any of you guys, like, unless someone in the chat knows, but I don't think they're going to be printing out new pieces. Ideally, I'm assuming they're going to be building these from existing Lego parts that are already out there in bins and warehouses.
I imagine they have their own inventory.
Right.
Probably have.
I mean, definitely. Like, you look at a show like Lego Masters, they have just a huge inventory of every piece that exists just on set. So I'm assuming that's 100% what they're going to be doing here. Super Sum says hello from the Republic of Texas. How's it going? Postom Autumn says, I'm going to pre-order one, but if it's slow to reach the goal, I'll probably order 2. Yeah, I mean, who knows? What if there's like a 2 or 3 limit? You never know, obviously. DXL the Poet, it's an important night, right? Well, last night even is when it broke, and I was like, it was almost midnight, so I was like, I'm not going to go live. I'm not going to make a video. I'm really busy tomorrow, but once I get off, I'll definitely go live. CMOS, the time has come. Yes, sir. All Out Brick says, let's go. Howdy, yeah. Okay. And the stream's over. Thanks for coming, Color Nuva. Yeah, I popped in for a second, then popped out. Any more questions? People are just saying, oh, hello from Argentina. Awesome. People from Texas are tuning in. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Super Sum, Destiny is hard to meet. It will hunt you somewhere along the way. The Mask of Time has been used. Give us more time to save our money, right? I guess that's what's going to happen. That's definitely a big part of it. Mr. Macy talks about, I remember the Baraki videos from a while ago. CMOS, imagine we get a Galador-like set instead. Definitely not. Super Sum Creation says... Oh, look at that. I think we had someone in this... Did we have someone in the Discord for a moment?
We did.
Who was it?
Fabulan or Faber, what's his name? Faberland?
Okay, cool. Well, if they want to get into the waiting room, they can. I'll let them in to talk. So, oh, that was BioTube. Super Some Creations, Bionicle Forever. It's stickers, probably. Yes, definitely. Also, they use the Mata Nui and Makuta robot print stickers as well. Yeah, no, they won't. So that's the idea. Is what Sakota had to do. If you guys don't know, I'm sure most people, you guys listening, have watched my interview. He did have to make it in a way that didn't use like stickers at all. That's kind of the big part of it. Super Some Creations, having a sticker for the Mask of Life instead of Shadow Knight helmet would be cool. The latter's a bit too 06 if you ask me. Yeah, but that's the thing, is this is kind of what he had to do. The reason why, I mean, it is 06 because it's a piece that exists that he's been able to, you know, reuse now in a way that represents at least as close to what he can imagine the Ignica would be if Motoro put it on, if it was like a Lego piece. That's the thing, is there's so many constraints. It was really hard already for Sakota to get to where he got. So the fact that it's going to be in the first 8 selected to move on to crowdfunding is, I think, a good sign. Postom Adnam says, I want this to sell so that it sends a Lego a message. It will sell. I don't know what the message will be other than, like, we're still here, you know? All Out Brick says, would love to be able to get 2 of them. Want to keep sealed and save for a giveaway in the long term. Yeah, dude, right? Who knows? I don't know if, like, what kind of, because it's not a Lego official set, I don't know if it carries that weight of a collector's thing. But maybe, I mean, you don't know. People consider all sorts of Bionicle things like collector's things now. People say the mugs and the pens and even the shoes are collector's things. So, who knows, you know? Kyler Nuva, been using BrickLink a lot this past month. Me too. It was how I got a couple of sets that I'll be reviewing. ACF Shark Boy, yo, what's up? Odd21, always here. Good to see you. Postom Adnam, I want to get 2 as well. I regret not being able to get that during G1. Totally. Matorex Toe of Ice says, is it confined? Is it confirmed it is that set? The one I pulled up right now I think was the original. I just think it looks cool, so it's just kind of, I pulled up, just have another photo in here to take up some of the space.
And with the lack of videos here,
yeah.
gotta fill up the space somehow. You don't want to see just him.
Right. I don't know, but it would be a cool set to have. Mark Perkins says, what's up, Zach? Been subscribed for a long time now. A huge fan of Bionicle and a huge fan of your channel. Hope everything is well for you, bro. Thanks for the great Bionicle content. Of course, man. I appreciate doing it. I love hearing those sort of comments and that sort of support. We're just getting started, you know? Super Sim says, so far I have the Saturn V and the ship in a bottle displayed in my room. I used to have the Tron light cycles on display next to the ship, and I rated them for parts. That's awesome. Chronesia, good to see you, says, I personally think we should kind of move on from Bionicle, you know? Not forget about, but use Bionicle as inspiration to fuel something new. Not to replace Bionicle, but use Bionicle for fuel new things. I mean, that's definitely Christian Faber's idea, for sure.
I mean, like, to add to that, it's not about, you know, you can't appreciate the story of Bionicle, but that I think for a lot more people than is maybe realized, Bionicle wasn't just like, oh, the Toa and the Turaga and this and that. Like, I know lots of people who played with Bionicle, and it was a fun way to build worlds, like I said before, and just create your own stories. And it's just like the way Lego is. You know what I mean? It's not only that it has its own story, but it's like it is just like Lego, a versatile way of communicating, making your own stories whilst also having a killer story of its own.
Right.
That's what makes Lego great. That's what makes Lego great, Because, like, you can buy the sets and say, like, oh, these are cute little robot dudes. Or you could say, like, this is my friend Chad.
Right. Shonenbag says, new reviews. I'm excited. Used to watch your old reviews all the time as a kid. Totally. I'm excited too. All Out Brick does such a killer job that, like, I was about to film one last week, and then I sat down with myself and said, you know what, I need to, like, really production quality the hell out of these. So once they come, they'll come. I'm thinking next week probably the first one will be up, but, like, I have a lot of work to do. Kaiju Former, yo Zach, how's it going? Kalinova 1 through 5 actually rebuilt the Toa Metru with BrickLink pieces. That's interesting. That's awesome. It's a good way to do it. Jack Span, I want to support Bionicle, but there's no way I'll buy this set specifically, considering dollar is way too expensive for me because my country's currency is worth nothing. Oh man. Well, hey, maybe one of us will buy a second one and give it out as like a giveaway or some sort. Yeah, it's definitely, like I've been saying, I feel like it's definitely going to be on the pricier side, just because it's done through BrickLink. It's not an official Lego set, but also apparently if you looked at it, like, it was a brief moment in this interview that I did with Sakota. If you haven't watched that interview, I definitely would say go ahead, open it in another tab, and watch it after this live stream. But he pulls out his, like, mock version. Like, he went on BrickLink, ordered pieces, and took some parts from his own collection and built it. And it's like this big. It, like, you need 2 hands to hold it. So it's actually a lot larger than what the, like, photo looks like it is. So yeah, a lot larger than what you would think for sure. And I think that's going to come down to, like, how much price per piece is, and it's definitely going to be up there. I don't know. Open up a credit card and put it on there. Just don't forget to pay it off after a couple months. Super Sum Creation says, maybe not replace Bionicle, but you could argue Ninjago has done that. Yes, use it to refuel something else. Right? I mean, totally. Obviously, there's only so much us fans can do, but I mean, there's a lot of creativity within the story that I do think has led to other things Lego's tried to do. I mean, the whole reason Lego started trying to do any sort of big, like, majority, like, story-driven ideas started with Bionicle. So you could argue that it's been kind of living on in a way already, And they've been putting little, like, nods and Easter eggs in between different sets that people have noticed. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
Well, that right there, though, is, I think, part of the reason why I don't think it's going to happen. Unlike, say, when I spoke to Nathan First, or, like, people, the Shakespeares, who were basically unaware of how much of a Bionicle fandom there was.
Right.
Lego is not. Lego is very much aware, and I think that it's not that they don't, like, they have a dislike for us or anything, but I think it is that they know that it's had its time, and quite frankly, I'm okay with that. I'm happy that Bionicle didn't suffer SpongeBob, Simpsons, Family Guy syndrome and go on forever. I mean, it went on for 10 years, and then, and then it came back and then tried it again. And it had a fairly cohesive beginning and a fairly cohesive ending, and, I think Lego is happy with that. And they're like, yeah, why break a good thing? Why go back and try it again? We tried it again, it didn't work. Why are we going to try a third time and, potentially screw ourselves? We know that those people like it. We know that there's not enough of a market, or at least their perception is there's not enough of a market to make it successful.
Oh, yeah. No way. It would require a total overhaul of the general idea, the way it's designed. I don't know. I am the one to say never. I won't say anytime soon, but it's not like Lego's willing to just give away the IP. I think if it ever comes to a time where they're desperate, sets aren't selling, they need to retool something, they'll always have the name Bionicle in the back of their pocket. And I don't know. I never say never, but obviously I wouldn't say like wait out hope or anything. You know, it's like
No.
we got a good thing going right now, just with the community, the fan films, the mocks. You know, people just kind of like being able to keep talking about it forever. Things like Star Trek and a lot of other things just disappeared for a while, for the longest times. Yet the fan bases were still out there, and they made it work. You know, for sure.
Exactly. And you know what?
Yeah.
To never say never. Like, you have to remember the environment that Bionicle was created in. Bionicle, around the time it came out, you know, there was like all this interest in the internet. There was a bunch of media they were trying. Like, if they do it again, they have to do it for the modern era.
Yeah. Oh,
which is
totally.
what they tried to do in G2 and it failed.
Which might be why they're not going to try. It's like it might not
Yeah.
work. Maybe it was a lightning in a bottle, and it's just not going to strike twice.
Right. Who knows?
Bionicle
Probably.
G1 was most likely a one-hit wonder. It will never happen like the same way ever again. It's like a bolt of lightning, like you said.
Yeah, like it.
I mean, like, I'm certain Lego is very aware of the Bionicle fandom. It still doesn't stop them from gaslighting us, though.
No. Well, I think that's what reinforces my idea that they have considered the possibility of trying again, and they're like, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
You know, they haven't forgotten about it. How could they? And I don't think. I think the coolest thing they could do is if they did like anniversary. You know, maybe not a movie, but just something to acknowledge its place. Especially as long as they're aware that the community continues to exist and thrive and be active. You know,
Right.
some kind of like 20th, 25th, 30th anniversary, like remember Bionicle, and which I'm sure they will at some point. I mean,
Right.
this is part of that. So, I mean, Lego gave the stamp of approval to this, right? So, this is in some way, this is that.
No, hey, I totally hear you. All right, let me see. Oh, I disappeared. Okay, let me go ahead to the chat and just see. Who else? What do we got? Who else do we got?
The chat's talking a lot. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, you guys are definitely speaking your mind. Here, let's see. Will you do the new reviews wearing the Huna? I mean, maybe I'll open it up with that or something. I don't know.
You might need to get it custom fitted first.
Yeah, or I don't know, put a band around it and figure it out. Let's not for what's going on. Oh yeah, Super Sum says yeah, Zach's definitely watching the live chat unless the stream is already going for you guys. Yeah, it's been going. I've been checking it. It sounds good. Jack Span. Oh yeah, I wish, but Brazil can't beat in terms of being awful. Oh, you're talking about money and everything, right? Is the stream going? I don't hear anything. I mean, it's going. It's definitely going.
Other
Kyler
people in chat
Nuva.
are trying to help him out.
Yeah, Kyler Nuva. Ninjago's been around for a decade and it ain't stale, so Bionicle could have benefited from long-term planning and satisfying payoffs had it not been canceled. Definitely, it was like, that's a part of it for sure. DXL the Poet. Zach looking like a playa. Thanks.
I just want to say that's a great username.
Yeah. Gia, were you
Ninjago?
Yeah.
Ninjago did what I think Bionicle should have done. Like I totally get like the serialization aspect of what Bionicle was, but it wasn't it wasn't like being like fresh enough for like new viewers. Like you had to rewind in order to find out what was actually going on.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of like
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's
or
like that's what Ninjago does.
Or
It
yeah.
sticks with the same 4 characters, 5 characters, maybe 6, but it sticks with the same core cast. It doesn't jump around with everyone.
No,
I
right.
think would have been really cool. Imagine, and this is just me. Maybe it's because of my like particular affinity for both the 2001 characters, you know, the original Mata team and the Turaga team. But I think because they started to really explore the Turaga's personalities more with the second movie at least, or the Toa Mesh or whatever you want to call it. If they had continued to follow like Vakama in that, I think that could have been really interesting. Cause or even continue to follow the Toa Mari, because like those were still characters we had at least met from that same era.
The Toa Mari were also fan favorites, according to my knowledge.
Yeah, so I don't know.
No, they generally
I was
are.
for a while like that. So
No, they generally are like
People
fan
love
favorites,
the Toamari.
right? Let's see. Let me go read some more of this chat.
Aditya's son Duram says hi. Hi.
All right, how's it going? Yeah. Oh, okay, we have BioTube TV jumping in. Yeah, a lot of people saying hi.
I'm sorry if I butchered your name there for a second. I'm not great with words.
Let's see. Who else in the chat? Okay, yeah. Shonen Bag. I feel like the reason Ninjago outlived Bionicle is because the storyline was centralized into one place, certain characters. Yeah. What's a Biking 787? Yeah. What's poppin'? Jacko Span said, I would love a set of Kini Nui, but I really didn't like this fragmented thing with parts of the story. Yeah, it's tough. There's got to be a reason, though. Some people really liked it within that. The people that had to make these decisions. Cronicius says, definitely agree with what Mr. Walker said. The magic of Gen 1 will never come back, in my opinion. It can be replaced in some way. A world with more stories like Bionicle would be a better world. Hey, man. Preaching to the choir. Robin Strickland, what's going on? Been a while. I just got here. What's going on? Can you catch me up in a few seconds? So, yeah. Let me go ahead and... Okay, thanks for the compliment. People writing in. Yeah, let me go ahead and review what I started this chat with talking about, which is basically that. So they've changed the rules, as you can see on my right. I can even probably zoom in, but basically instead of June 1st, they've moved it to July 1st, as far as like the timing for the crowdfunding to begin. And 8 projects are going to be going first. So instead of like all like 25 or 30, it's going to be just a handful of projects. And like the Legend of Bionicle by Sakota is one of them. And I think that's great. I mean, in my opinion, that's kind of like a telltale sign that it's doing well, and that you could argue definitely in some regards they probably wouldn't have really done that had it not at least seemed in a way like a project that that the people making these decisions enjoyed and also thought could do well as a set to be released. New idea that they're doing, which is just like this adult fan of Lego, or not even adult fan of Lego, but like, you know, fan-made project that, you know, is just, they're testing the waters too, because I could see them doing this for a bunch of projects going forward. So I could see that. Oh, look, we were able to get Geo in on this, or we were able to get Guinness Walker in on this little browser here. At least this looks better to me. The stream looks like it's running fine. I know some people say they're having problems. It looks good to me. Yeah, YouTube is not receiving enough video. It was lagging
a little bit ago, but yeah.
Yeah, it looks good right now. So, let me get to more of these questions. Oh man, a bunch of people just wrote in. Jax Fan says, I tried creating a series with G2. The problem is that they got the tone totally wrong. I hear you there. They aimed at kids too young. They should have aimed at teenagers, maybe something more serious. It's a mix of everything. I don't even think like the animation style, while I wasn't the biggest fan of, wasn't even the problem. It's that there wasn't much mystery to the island at all, and they didn't create this atmosphere. That's kind of what like we've come to like this realization of like a big driving force in what like.
Yeah, totally. Well, I definitely feel that point.
Right. No, I feel that point too.
What kept us intrigued with Bionicle wasn't really the characters so much as it was the environment the characters were set in.
Right.
You know?
I think there's a lot of truth to that because, look, especially in the early years, if you didn't read the novels, and even if you did read the novels, you know, not knocking Hapka, I think her name was, and Farshti, but it took them time to develop the characters, give them real depth. I mean, there wasn't a lot to work with, especially in the beginning.
It was like G1 was like I think it was doing really well for that regard because it was like we have these robots on a tropical island, but why are they there? We won't tell you
Yeah,
yet.
we won't tell you yet. Exactly.
And then in G2 it's like these guys live on this island. That's it. Bye.
Right. And the interactivity of the game, the like slow release of different types of sets. I also think, while you could definitely tell G2 sets apart, there was something about like every single, not even just the Toa characters, but the Turaga, the Matoran, the like Rahi beasts that all looked so different and had such a different function and like a real life comparison. Like the Nui Jaga looked like scorpions, the Nui Rama were like giant like dragonflies, these big bugs. All this stuff kind of like I think helped. It's you guys are saying it's definitely lightning in a bottle. I just literally they could never, there might be other versions and ways you could tell the Bionicle story. Like I've always said, maybe someone would fund and create like a big animated show, but like to be able to bring it all together the way it once was, that obviously will never happen. That's how it is. That's like saying they can release like a new Lord of the Rings trilogy and it'll still have the same effect and be the same big new thing that it was when it came out in the early 2000s, like Peter Jackson caught lightning in a bottle. It's like there's some things we should be grateful for that they like didn't last forever and they have this finite window and that they existed and they created this outpouring of fan base and interest and just like honestly a lot of inspiration. So and that's why this set that Sakota made is such a cool idea, and I think is opening the floodgates to this. Not even this is outside of Bionicle, but this idea that with BrickLink there's a way like people who don't work for the Lego company would probably love to, but like are just as if not more talented than some of those people working there can make their own ideas, make their own creations, and if it gets enough crowdfunding support, Lego will at least acknowledge it with this new Lego Ideas BrickLink program. So it's a cool thing.
That's what makes the online community so good because it's much more vocal than it used to be. It's like back in the early to mid 2000s, the internet was still just getting started, and nobody really knew how to use it yet. So like YouTube had made it a little easier. Like most of the Bionicle fans at the time in that during that period were children, like because we didn't know exactly how to use stuff yet, So like with us being adults and the internet being much more fleshed out now, we can then, and most of the people at Lego have Twitter accounts or something similar. We can talk to them directly. They might not see them right away or reply, but they can. We can at least talk to them directly and see what they're working on, basically.
Right.
There's a thought that speaks to. I got something.
Yeah.
It's about how the way that Bionicle act. Because I mean, it was at the end of the day advertisement, and it was to get toys in the hands of kids to make money. And one of the ways that they sought to do so was by throwing, the strategy of covering all ground as much ground as fast as possible, and putting out every type of media they could possibly think of. And in doing so, they did a couple of things. They fragmented the story, but fragmenting the story was a deliberate marketing and economic decision, but perhaps for the better. It actually made the story so that it was almost impossible to get the full story, which left it this mysterious, illusory, and this is especially I'm thinking of like 2001 and 2. It was this oddity because I mean even me back then, like I didn't really know every element of the story. I had to learn bits and pieces of it because there were very few kids who could get their hands on, who could find every game, had every book, had every set, and could keep up with all of it, and with no difficulty, and had that kind of money, let alone even knowing that it was all out there. So I think that Bionicle, the way it fragmented its story, actually made it more successful than it might have otherwise been.
Right.
More mysterious.
Totally. I agree wholeheartedly there. Let's see who in the chat is saying Yeah, one of a kind. People are saying, yeah, it was one of a kind. CMOS says, I'll always remember the build up to Matanui being a giant robot. Of course, like, how could you even do a twist like that again, you know?
Spoilers.
Shock Blaster says, how many members on the Discord? I think we're at almost 60 something. Do I need to be a hardcore fan of Bionicle? No, not necessarily. There are always people on there, Chad. Yeah. Like my friend Thrawn, who like is mostly a Lego guy, is now like getting more and more into Bionicle just because of the community on there. Jack Span, Bionicle was amazing because of the combination of robots with the tribal aspects of living on a tropical island. I agree, right? It's like an interesting combo. Jack Span, but it lost itself when it evolved to be more sci-fi themes and a lore way too complex and intricate. Yeah, this is true.
I'm with him on that.
The magic was really in the first 3 years, for sure. I mean, I think it still had a lot to say in those later years, like incredible storytelling in its own right. But yeah, for a series that's dispersed amongst multi formats of media, you know, there wasn't one place to get all the Bionicle information. You could argue maybe the novels probably were the best as far as the amount of detail, but it's like
always missing something regardless of the medium.
You were always missing something.
Nothing gave you 100% the full story, absolutely.
And that's what kept a lot of people interested.
Exactly. That it was a deliberate thing, and it was, in the end of the day, it was to make money, but it fostered our interest in the product. It worked. You know what I mean? Like it freaking worked. And quite honestly, that's why and you know, like I said, a lot of people I know play with Bionicle. They didn't necessarily think of. They didn't even maybe they didn't even remember the name. I knew lots of people who had Bionicles who just, it was the red dude. Even when back then, you know what I mean? Like, because it wasn't necessarily easy to digest all the story. Some people didn't even get to the story at all, just like Lego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, totally. CMOS says
like, a lot of people just said like, I just bought this guy because it looked cool, or I had my mom buy this guy for me because I thought it looked cool.
Right.
Big scorpion dude.
CMOS says reading the books and comics felt like my own quest for the masks. Yeah, that's a good like comparison. Definitely, I can agree with that. Jack Span, I believe they could have replicated it in a way at G2 if they had put some more effort into the atmosphere and given it a tone a little more serious. Yeah, and then you say a Netflix series. Technically, they did do Netflix. That's crazy.
Hindsight is 2020, and at the end of the day, they're a toy company making toys for children.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
They're not gonna make something like The Watchmen. You know.
Here's a possibility. Here's a possibility. What if Lego ever created? Because isn't there not like a child Lego or like a young Lego? Is there a Lego?
Yeah, it's like Duplo.
Duplo.
Is Duplo's owned by? Is that owned by Lego? Or
yeah.
It used to be. I don't think they're doing that. I don't think they're doing Duplo anymore.
Oh really?
They're doing like Lego Junior.
Imagine if they did the opposite and they did Lego AFO. You know what I mean? Like if they created a separate entity that was responsible, they could then continue the way Lego does and have this, you know, whatever adult focused Lego could then do
That's
whatever
interesting.
it wanted and with less, you know, restriction.
That's definitely an interesting idea. I can see that.
It would still cost a lot of money.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
But I do definitely agree that there should be like a branch of Lego that should be specifically engineered towards adults.
It's been around.
I'm not saying that there isn't, because like there's still those Lego Star Wars UCS Ultimate Collector Series stuff that's mainly geared towards adults, like teenagers and adults. But I'm saying for like other themes that's not Star Wars, because there are people that don't like it, you know?
Imagine Lego did it, because if Lego did something like this, imagine Lego with like violent stuff in it. Imagine you could have Lego do, but like instead of like, because there's like Lego Halo, right? But I mean like actually, you know, how they make violent scenes or whatever.
I think you're thinking of Lego does not have a Halo line. You're thinking of Mega Bloks.
Oh, is that Mega Bloks?
Yeah, it was Mega Bloks.
No, okay. Well, okay, so yeah, Lego did Minecraft. That's right. So like, imagine if Lego was okay with doing more explicitly violent IPs, or not necessarily violent, but mature IPs, whatever it is that
Yeah.
makes them afraid of touching it. If they had a separate division, maybe it would be more comfortable covering that stuff. Although that opens up the gate for some weird stuff.
Jack Spence says, my point is that even if I like Metro Nui or the whole Mask of Life saga, they haven't been the same tone as the first 3 years. Definitely. It was a totally different tone. Kumo Rock says, oh man, I'm late. Any plans for GSR from the official art as a set?
There are Lego ideas.
Yeah.
People mocks that people have made.
Definitely. Like it's definitely just search, like Lego Ideas is full of that sort of stuff.
Like there are multiple people that have made different versions of the Great Spirit robot that have been made like purely with bricks.
Right. No, totally.
Has
See.
anyone done it with Bionicles? Sorry, go ahead.
No. Right? That's the question. Has anyone done it with Bionicles? Actual Bionicle?
I think a lot of people have done it in Bionicle, and I definitely have tried, but it doesn't give the same effect.
It doesn't have an absurd number of pieces.
Right. Lego had Knights Kingdom and Exoforce. Mega Bloks had, yeah, it was called Neo Shifters. It was like they
Neo
tried to
Shifters.
do like they tried to do Bionicle.
Yeah.
They were cool looking for sure.
It even had an online game. I remember that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I have it. Sorry, continue. I think I have one somewhere around here.
No
I
way.
have one.
That would be crazy if you still
a
have.
piece of one, I think. Let me see if I can find.
They were cool looking. If you guys are in the chat or watching right now and you've never heard of it, search Neo Shifters. They were Mega Bloks' way, and they looked cool, dude. My friend had one. My friend Thrawn, growing up, he's been on the show a bunch, but like he had Bionicle, Lego, and Mega Bloks, and I saw one in his room once. I was like, "What is this?"
It's not a Bionicle. It looks too alien.
I don't like Bionicle. Says Usso. How can you not? Come on. Crenisia
trolling.
says Gundam, Mechs, Spy, Knight, Ninja, Scuba, Ski. Oh, is this oh, and you're like they had Gundam like mechs as well in Mega Bloks. I wonder if they did. I don't know if they did. But if you Google Neo Shifters, yeah, look at this. They all kind of look the same, but I guess you could say that about some Bionicle. But oh no, but they have like different back pieces. They're really cool looking. Let me see if I can pull one up.
Yeah, Guinness has his Neo Shifter.
No way.
I
No
got it.
way. Oh wow.
Is this it? This thing?
Yeah.
He's missing
It's-
his face, and I've only got one arm, and he's got a marble stuck in his chest.
Oh no.
But this is what I've got left of my Neo Shifter.
Look how they've slaughtered my boy.
Oh my gosh.
Or the light only glowed for like 2 months.
Yeah. Those things didn't really last that long, but I think you could dismantle. I think you could like take that apart, and I think it was a button cell inside.
Oh my god.
Where's this preview? Let me see if I can pull up. Here we go. Cause yeah,
The ads for Neo Shifters were awesome. They were cool.
they were
I was
really
only
cool.
able to. I was only able to get one.
I don't remember the pro. Yeah, this is. I think this guy's name was Atlas. I want to say his name was Atlas. Don't remember though.
Atlas. Yeah, I don't remember. Here, let me pull one. Okay, here's a photo I,
I
just
remember
found.
liking that they had hands. That was one of the things that made me buy it.
Yeah, this one was awesome. This like black and like gunmetal and white one.
Oh, that is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, they definitely they came in boxes. No one else did the plastic canisters. No one was willing to spend that kind of cash on a container.
No.
Not as far as a company goes. Isn't that wild? That was just like it's not a thing you're gonna find anymore. No one's using plastic to containers for actual figures.
I wish I'd kept those, man. I have basically, I have none left.
No,
Not a single one survived my tumultuous childhood.
that's fine
I
though.
think the one Neo Shifters ad that most people have seen is the second one that I just posted.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
It's actually really high quality for the time that it was put out.
Let me check it out.
It was
Oh,
put out.
here.
It was put out during 2007. 2006,
wow.
2007 ish.
Let me see if I pull it up. Whoa.
Like the quality of this render is like stupid for a toy commercial.
They spent it all just on this. I mean, I'm just saying, Bionicle has not. You could argue this is even better, but they had this almost level of quality in some of their 3D animated like commercials, and I think that adds to how cool it looked for like kids of all ages, just being like, "Wow, oh my god, like look at this thing." Let me see.
It helped with the Saturday morning cartoons when they were still a thing, you know?
Right. Crumb. Why can't I find it? Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah. What is it? Mega Brands. Is that what they were called? Mega Bloks was owned by
They were still
Brand?
Mega Bloks at the time. I think they're called Mega Constructs now, but...
All right, here we go. Yeah, let me play it. Oh, it's way too big. Let me pull it for display. All right, cool. Transitioning. All right. 22 viewers. Check this out. This is the commercial that came out in like the mid 2000s. This says the video was uploaded in 2007, but they were definitely around like 2005, 2004. All right, let's check it out. They look like Borok, kind of. They could transform.
that was kind of the idea, because Lego and Mega Constructs were like, they're still rivals even to this day.
Look at the animation quality. What year is this?
Supposedly it's 2006 or 2007. I mean, like, it's really good for the mid 2000s.
Yeah, it really is.
This little
For a
guy.
toy commercial.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, that's right. They had the little thing that was in the middle. It was annoying as hell.
It was funny. I had the red one that was in this commercial. I had the red and yellow one.
Are they gonna show the yellow dude? I had the yellow and blue dude. That one. Maybe they'll confirm his name is Adam.
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they could roll up like. Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, that was the one I had. I think I still have parts of them in here somewhere, but I'm not going to spend time to go look for it. I have to move so many guitars out of my way, dude.
I feel that pain.
Oh, so it was kind of like a Mad Max thing, like the Neo Shifters.
Yeah, they need water.
They needed water to survive.
That's insane. Neo Shifter's Web Battler? Is that what this game that you remember?
Yeah, like it had like an MMO type of thing.
Whoa.
Like you could make your own shifters and do mini games and stuff. Yeah, I remember this.
This was cool. It's unfortunate this didn't continue.
I mean, it didn't sell as well as Bionicle.
Yeah, it didn't sell as well. That's cool.
But I do remember that game. I definitely remember that game.
I found one I could buy for $60 on Amazon.
They go for $60. Wow.
I mean, that's compared to Bionicle.
Is it new sealed in the box?
Yeah.
Or is it like... Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense then.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
New sealed in the box. I mean, that's kind of wild. Wow, look at that. They're fun. They're definitely like, you know, Mega Bloks' attempt at Bionicle, but they never really did again. That was kind of it. And it, you know, it was only around for a couple of years.
I mean, buildable action figures, it definitely still has an audience, even if it is an adult audience.
Right. No, totally. Transition. Cool. Where are we at right now? Okay. But yeah, guys, it's in general, I think good that I just had to report on this of everything kind of changing as far as the way this BrickLink project is going. So July 1st, it's been extended now, which is an interesting thing. Let's see. Let me go to the live chat for a bit here.
So that means we can celebrate us being out of lockdown really early.
There we go. Legend Reborn, that's CGI-O, Battleship Aliens, even using Bionicle sound effects. Really, I didn't notice. Suppose Senju, I had that one, the first one that landed. That's awesome.
I mean, I remember when My Life as a Teenage Robot used the Roxy sound.
That's crazy.
I mean, literally, let me look that up real quick.
No way.
Example. It might be like from a
Yeah,
library.
it might be like a sample.
Yeah. Yes.
Tsukimon says I had a Neo Shifter and thought it was cool. By that time, they'd stopped making them.
Monster Rabbit. It was a monster rabbit that made the Roxy noise.
Tsukimori, didn't they come out with an Iron Man one at some point? I think before Marvel was with Disney or before Marvel worked with Lego, Mega Bloks did Marvel stuff because DC had always worked with Lego. But no, yeah, there was like some Iron Man and Wolverine like buildable action figures that Mega Bloks did.
I remember
It's
that.
like a last hurrah to have like a sort of buildable action figure line. It definitely worked because the IP was available, but then they moved over to Lego. It's insane to me that Mega Bloks is still around, because now you have people that aren't even Mega Bloks or Lego, other companies that are like these third-party companies that try and like just literally replicate Lego and sell these sets that in real life a Lego set that would be like $300-400 for like $80, $70, because it's made out of cheaper material, but it's the same pieces and apparently they fit. I know someone that like bought like the big $600 Star Destroyer, but instead it was like $80, $90, and it's just as big. Looks from far away, you can't tell the difference, but then you walk up and you see it's not as quality and it doesn't have the little Lego on every stud.
I actually had at least one of those. It was either an aircraft carrier or like a battleship, and I still got a bunch of the gray bricks. And like from a distance, like you said, you can't tell, and they build just fine. If not, in some specific instances, better. Like the 2x4 kind of standard brick type. Those stick together like exceptionally well, almost too well sometimes. But yeah, like it was way cheaper. Like the only reason I was able to get something that big is because it was way cheaper than whatever the Lego equivalent probably would have been, like $170 or whatever it was.
Yeah, totally. Benjamin Hacker, do you think Bionicle should make an appearance on the silver screen? Of course I do, and it almost did in the Lego movie too, and then they cut it from the film. Isn't that crazy? There's a full
gaslighting.
Yeah, there's
gaslighting.
A full scene with Emmett, like,
talking with Takanuva.
Yeah, what was it? Talking with Takanuva, literally in like the spaceship with like his twin. But my theories are, one, it was just like too different, and two, because they expected Bionicle to because it was starting up again at the time of the pre-production on that movie. But then by the time they were getting into the actual animation, Bionicle was already over, and they were like, well, we're not gonna do this if it's not a set that's currently being sold. Who knows? Honestly, I wish it'd been in there. It would have been nice. That way, in both films, they had a little nod. But in my opinion, yeah. If anything, I think.
Yeah, like we're not gonna sell this if it's not already being sold. You're a toy company. You can make it happen.
Right.
Even if it is brick built.
I mean, like I said, I think if Bionicle were to come back in some sort of like not even a start again, like toy, I think the story alone could be retold in animated form. Like this TV show that was on Amazon Prime that came out called Invincible. It's like a really good show. I was like super surprised by how good it is, because I'm like very picky. Like I like superhero content when it's comic book content when it's done right, and it was like it blew my mind. That show was like something else, and that type of animation where it's not necessarily anime, but it's like, and it's not cheap. Like 2D animation, people don't realize is oftentimes a lot more expensive and harder to do than 3D animation. But
anime requires like at least 4,000 drawings, but your like typical like Western cartoon that's made in like Korea and stuff, they require like 12,000.
Right.
So
Crescenia says, do you think people buying the Bionicle 2021 set or 90th anniversary set, if Bionicle wins, would send a message to Lego that people are still interested in Bionicle? And how so? It's just one set? Well, no. See, you answered your question right there. It's just one set, so probably not. It would maybe let them know that the fan base is willing to put up the money to buy a set like that. But not exactly. I don't totally think so. But dude, I've been thinking about it in this whole like 90th anniversary. It's so interesting to me because they're right now releasing like classic castle and classic space sets. Like they've been doing that over the last year and a half. It would just be so weird to me if they just did that again for the 90th anniversary. I don't know. Now I'm starting.
They did that. I think they did that because the 90s were nostalgic at the time.
Yeah.
And then and now the 2000s are starting to become nostalgic too, and then Bionicle is part of that. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure, but I'm saying it's a possibility.
Right. Alla Brick says, are you aware of the Bionicle Easter egg in Lego Batman? No. What?
Yeah, it was on the movie theater, wasn't it?
Wait, what?
The Bionicle Man or whatever.
What?
No way.
Yeah, it was in the background in the Lego Batman movie. It wasn't like Takanuva just walking in the background. It was like text on like a movie theater or something.
Here, I think I might have found it.
I think Cinema Wins pointed that out, like Lego Easter eggs for different themes.
No way. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Whoa, what? Okay, now I have to show this. Oh my god, look at that. Now I have to pull this up. I had no idea. Oh my god. What?
Yeah, the Bionicle Man. It was on the movie theater.
Yeah, making fun of like the Bionic Man. It's wow. Oh my god, let me pull this up. Let me go to preview. Is this it? No. Is this it? No.
50
Here it is.
Shades of Blay.
Here we go. Let me transition. Here it is. Wow. So it might be hard for you to see if you're watching this stream right now, but someone playing the Lego Batman movie in VLC player paused it, and if you zoom into the movie theater in the background, it's so small, dude. I saw this once in theaters. I wasn't gonna like notice something like that, but the Bionicle Man.
These movies are so packed full of Easter eggs. It's like it's not even worth it just to go looking for every single one of them.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Like
though.
there was a Bionicle Easter egg in the first Lego movie as well, but it was listed under themes that we don't need to talk about.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
Ninjago Town 2 is on there. Oh my god. That must have been so fun for whoever was putting the animation together. That was like, oh wow, the Bionicle Man. That's interesting. Look at that. Wow, I had no freaking idea. Thanks for showing me that, All Out Brick. You have to come on sometime. All Out Brick, get on Discord. Let's get going. I want to stream on your channel. Let's stream on this channel.
The link to the Discord is in the description.
Yes, the link to the Discord is in this description, and it only lasts about a week. So I remember last week I put in a week old one, and people weren't able to do it. So there you go. Kumo Rock says, Mega Bloks, Blockbots. Look that up. You might like it. Blockbots. Kumo Rock says, poor Emmett. Everyone is a major jerk to him because he just wanted to make a couch.
The double-decker couch.
Yeah, I have that set. Blockbots. Yeah, Blockbots. It's like Mega Bloks. They also... Oh my god, I had one of these. Hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa. I had one of these guys. Which one did I have? I had this one. Wow, this is nuts. Holy crap.
You sound so enthusiastic right now.
Because I really liked this toy. Wow. Let's see if I can pull this one up. Window capture. Oh, what?
And I remember the like before, like when Hasbro was trying to rip off Lego once before they made Creo, they made like this built to rule stuff. And
right.
I had one of those. I had the built to rule Optimus Prime. see if I can find it. There it is. It looks as ugly as I remember.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. Yeah, so this was. I had no idea like that's what they were called. I'm gonna have to make it pretty big on here so that way everyone can see it. But here we go. Battle Block Bots. This was the one that I had. Look at that. And it was like...
Looks like Master Chief, almost.
They were like these giant mechs. Yeah. This one kind of looks like Tahu. Let me pull this one up. This one definitely looks a little like Tahu.
Or like a armored skier.
Here we go. Preview.
I just posted the built to rule Optimus Prime in voice chat.
Oh my god.
It looks ugly, right?
Look at that. Oh, god.
It's just a brick. What possessed me in order to buy that? Probably because it looked like Lego.
Yeah, when you're a kid, it's
Here we go. Let me transition. Block Bots.
exactly. Oh my god.
I think when I bought that, or when I had my mom buy that, it was on clearance.
Right. Well, oftentimes Mega Blocks, I would find them on clearance at like a TJ Maxx or something.
I was talking about the built to rule stuff. They couldn't sell the first line, like the first shipment that came through the door.
Yeah, let me... Block Bots. So this one, definitely reminiscent of Tahu.
And they were part formers too.
Torch.
Oh wow, that's so clearly trying to be Tahu.
Oh, wait, so what
No,
was
it's
this?
it's clearly Jala. Come on, dude.
Sorry, you're right. My bad. You're right.
You right.
Torch.
Sorry.
Let me see. Window capture. So what was this? What was this Optimus Prime? Like,
Look in voice chat.
yeah, I'm looking at it right now. What was the, like,
It was
Armada
built to
Prime. Armada
Yeah,
Prime.
it's the Armada.
Transition. Yeah, here it is. I mean, that's kind of cool. It could technically transform, no?
It was pure part former.
Yeah.
I mean, like all of those were like they were all like revolving around the central brick where those four wheels are coming out of.
Right.
And then the legs folded up and the arms folded out. It was to keep some element of transformation, but you had to take off everything in order to get to that block.
So wait a minute. Like, am I understanding this correct? You had to say you're driving it around in the truck form. You want to transform. It's like, hey, baby, let me show you a transform. Piece off. Hold on. I'm just kidding. And then like 4 minutes later, you're finally like, there we go. Oh wow, that's awesome. Now make it a truck again. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh no, Jigger, why?
So... Oh no. Okay. Toa Kiro says, can't wait for the set to come out. Awesome. All Out Brick would love to collab, man. Gotta get this Discord set up. Yeah, All Out Brick, I know you just graduated, so I'm sure you're going through all these changes and stuff. Congrats, by the way, on graduating. But get that Discord set up and we can figure it out. Yeah, Torch looks more like Jala. I'm afraid to look at voice text. What did Jaeger send? Oh my god. Is that real?
It is.
Oh my god. It's like all people could just hear Geo like dying of laughter. They don't know what it. Let me see. Where can I pull this thing up? Come on, window capture. I need to show everyone this now. That's pretty cursed right there.
Oh my god, it looks so bad.
Oh wow. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow. I mean, again, if I was a little kid, I would probably would have gotten this.
I can see
Wow.
This one looks a little maybe less. I can't tell.
He
if
looks
it, like.
he looks pregnant.
Oh my.
Look at his head.
That's
Look at the
so
way his head
awkward.
comes down. He's like, hello. It's
That's so awkward.
It's so cursed.
His little head, it's like this. Like he's like.
he has no neck. He has
No
neck
neck.
game at all. His neck game is out. The Hunchback of. I have no idea.
The Hunchback of Cybertron.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my
it's
god.
so bad.
That's really bad. They tried. They tried though.
There are videos on this thing like bashing it on how bad it was.
Wow. That looks nutty. Oh man.
All of them looked like this. All of them.
Oh my gosh. That's yeah, and I mean, I guess they had the license or something.
It was Hasbro.
Yeah, literally Hasbro. They made their own Lego basically though.
They have their own Lego now. It's Creo.
Lego doesn't.
Oh, that's right. So this is Creo, so it's like the smaller like bricks, right?
This is the prototype of what actually became Creo. This is not.
Yeah.
This is not good. Not at all.
That's wild.
I think I still have the pieces because they were fully compatible with all my Lego parts. But I think I still have all the pieces of these of this one built to rule set in my bins somewhere.
Right.
I think I might still have that central block as well.
Wow. Oh my god. Creo. Tokiro. Come on, can we have a Transformers? Transformers at home. Yeah, exactly.
No, we have Transformers at home. Transformers at home. No!
That would be such a pain. Oh my god.
Isn't Creo like Partformers too, but they're like good?
Yeah. That was the idea. Okay, but so yeah, guys, this is exciting news as far as where it looks like we're getting closer and closer to this BrickLink idea set happening. I have to cut this one short, guys. I mean, we've been going for an hour, 15 minutes, but I got to get to dinner. I got some more work I got to do. Tomorrow's a busy day. I'm hoping that tomorrow I can actually get around to filming some videos that I can upload coming soon. But with that said, I've had an awesome time here. Guinness, Geo, thanks for joining. And click the link in the description, guys, if you want to get on our Discord, if you want to read up more on this BrickLink idea and how it all came to be. I did an interview with Sakota about a month ago, but this link in the description will also take you to BrickLink's news forum, where they go into why they changed it, why it's been pushed to July 1st, and why, if anything, I think that's a good thing and a telltale sign that they have a lot of faith in this project. As far as meeting the requirements, I think it's 3,000 buys for the crowdfunding program. So let's hope for the best. I hope to see you guys soon, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next BioTalk Live.